Okay, well, my name is Elisa Geronzetti. I'm a student here in a PhD program in English. And the proposal I'm presenting here is for a Humor Research Conference. This is a conference that started in 2011 and has been organized by faculty members since then. But we've always been pushing for students to participate by presenting or helping organizing the conference a little bit. And I was just giving you an example on the handout from the last 3 years. We had about 40% of the presentation by students, and this includes graduate students and undergrad students, and also we had someone from high school presenting our very first poster at the conference, which was excellent. So we've always been pushing for students to get involved in this conference, and the plan is that from next year on, the conference is going to be led by students. So the idea is to have an organizing committee and a steering committee. The organizing committee composed by graduate students that can apply just showing their interest, and then the steering committee will be based in the Applied Linguistic Lab just for a matter of giving continuity to the conference and making sure there's always a faculty member involved sort of guiding the students. But the conference is going to be open to all students on campus and beyond. And the idea is that we're going to run this conference either in Dallas at UCD, which is where our conferences have been most successful, or on campus here in Commerce. And the students are going to be invited to either participate as volunteers, so they get a sense of what it means to organize a conference and learn organizational skills and all those transferable skills that they're going to need in the workplace. They can also present if they're interested in the topic, and I think the fact that we are working with humor is an advantage because humor is interdisciplinary. So there's a non-scary factor that it's humor, so people are attracted to it, and we always get a lot of participants. But then it's also a serious discipline that you can approach from, and these are just some of the presentations we had in the last few years, from education, from marketing, psychology, so it's a really interdisciplinary field that can attract students from all around campus. And then, as I said, students will have a chance to contribute to the conference by organizing it, so they're getting this experience, or by presenting, or both things. And I think by talking to fellow grad students and undergraduate students, this is something that is sort of missing on campus, and the idea came because I've been pushing to contribute to the organization of the conference in the last few years. And when I finally got in, everybody was jealous. They wanted, because it's a good experience that you get, and as grad students, you want to have that sort of experience to put on your CV and to be able to show what you can do when you are ready for the job market. So this was something that sort of got us thinking, and said, okay, we can do more for the students in terms of giving them even more protagonism with this conference. And so that's a basic idea, and every year the committee organizing is going to be different. So it's really going to be sort of like a call up for interest on campus, so students that are interested can apply. And the faculty are just going to be supervising and helping students. I put a budget on here so that you can see a little bit of the breakdown of the cost. And this is based on what we have done in the previous years, and also the way in which the conference fulfills the mission of the university. And I could have just copied and pasted the mission altogether, because I think this is what we are doing. So we are helping students grow intellectually, we are helping students work in an interconnected and global world, making sure that they are striving for excellence. So I think this will be a great opportunity in that sense. And
so we have for questions.
Yes.
So I know you mentioned earlier about possibly hosting it here at the Commerce campus. So I see here in the budget for facilities at UCD, yes. I'm guessing that would go away if it were hosted here?
Yes.
However, I feel, would the airfare and everything still stay the same?
That's going to be the same, yes. The fact, if we run it here, we're going to have a cost of transportation that's going to increase, because a lot of people that maybe are coming from outside campus, we will need to find a way to drive them to campus. While if we stay in Dallas, we don't. And this is something that we have tried both ways in the past. In Dallas has been more successful because there's Dallas and people like it, and we have a link with resident comedians that work in Dallas that participate in the conference as practitioners, but also informing us of how they approach humor. So there's that going on. If we run it here, then we need to rent buses and make sure that we can drive people around. So I guess it's going to be a little bit cheaper if we run it here, but not that much.
Question. So, in concerns to, two questions.
Yes.
What is, I know that there's a difference obviously between the catering that you have for the reception
Yes.
and then lunch that you're providing during the conference. Now, where are you getting that, or who are you getting that from?
Yes, so we've tried different places every year. For lunch, we normally get something like La Madeleine, sort of a tray of sandwiches, things, so that keeps the cost down. And then catering, last year we went to an Italian shop in Dallas who does also catering, and it was good. We had like these big platters for people to just pick whatever they wanted. So. Normally catering is because there's a reception, and so it's sort of like a more of a social moment during the evening, and lunch is just a quick thing during the day, in between talks, so that would be the difference.
Would this be more cost efficient than having it here at the student center with Sodexo catering? Or-
We have never done it with Sodexo catering, so I don't know what the cost would be for that. Because even when we did it in commerce, we used someone outside of the university for lunch.
Where did you guys host it when you hosted here?
Associate in terms of for the food, or?
No, where was the locale?
It was in the Agit building.
Okay.
That's where we were. And we had different rooms. Generally speaking, one room, it's okay because it's all plenary, which is another advantage because it really creates a sense of community and you really get to talk to people. So the idea is to keep it like that and not become one of those conferences where you don't get a chance to interact with who's there.
How many students do you have involved in your group?
So it really varies based on the year, but the way we are hoping it's going to be from next year on, it's really all students of campus could get involved. There's going to be this call for interest, and if they're interested in getting the experience in organizing the conference, they can be part of the organizing committee. And then if they just want to volunteer for a couple of hours or just one day, then just be volunteers. So it really varies.
But how many have you had?
I mean, I can.
In terms of the organizing committee, I would say between 5 and 10 for the organizing committee. But then counting the volunteers, much more than that.
So looking at your application, it says within the last 3 years, 23 presentations were given by students.
Yes.
Roughly 40%. So the other 60% were those given by faculty members?
Yes, scholars from all over the country. We attracted people from London, Egypt. I mean, it's really international.
So,
Even students from those countries. So it's not limited to students and faculty on campus, but it's an international conference.
noting then that less than half of the participants over the past 3 years have been non-student members. I mean, the purpose of this fee is primarily for the support of student services. How can you qualify this as a student service if less than half participants are students?
Yeah, so that's not half of the participants, that's half of the presenters.
Mhm.
Because then we have a lot of participants who are not presenting, they are just attending the
They're just
conference.
attending.
So the percentage would shift if you count all the people who attended the conference.
But the majority of the
But-
presentations are still by faculty.
Yeah, but that's what we want to push, and this way, because the conference is going to be run by students, we want to push for it to have even more student participation in that sense.
Do you charge commerce students to attend?
If they are attending, no, and if they're presenting, they can volunteer, so also no. So it's going to be free for them.
Who previously funded this conference in years past?
I believe there was a college of Chester.
Chestnut.
Yes.
And did the dean's office give any reason for why they weren't willing to continue funding in the next fiscal year?
No, I think, I mean, there's going to be a change in the sense that it's not going to be run by the faculty there. So, but the idea is really to make it a student conference.
And if I can just say something, I was able to attend one of the events.
Yes.
Bit of the encouragement of mine, professor, on a professor that came from Spain
Yes.
to talk about what humor is in our society and the nuances in the language how we interpret it. And I thought there was at least 40 students, and it was for an hour long.
More than that, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
We
the
had
room was
almost
packed.
60 participants
Right,
for that.
so, and
yes.
I would say easily 50, 55 of them were students. I mean, it was obviously faculty and staff that was up front, but it was a wonderful event, and it was very educational, just the understanding of how the different realms of humor will bring different associations in our minds. So there's just to explain a little
Yeah,
bit.
that was one of the plenary speakers that we had this year, so, yes.
Is there any way to possibly generate funding for this through community sales to this event? For
Community
or
sales, so
like ticket sales, like sell tickets to the community to attend the event?
we could, I mean, if there's interest, we could. The fact that it's humor, maybe it's gonna make it easier for us in that sense, so it's a possibility that I hadn't considered, to be honest.
Is there a fee to attend the conference?
Only for presenters, and the idea is we're gonna have presenters from overseas joining, so they're gonna pay a fee, but the students on campus are gonna be able to present and volunteer, so they're getting basically both sides of the experience, or they can just attend and that's it. Or even just volunteer if they only wanna get the experience.
What does that presenter fee go to?
Oh, well, some cost to maintain the conference next year, so we're gonna have the possibility to, for example, invite another plenary speaker, or if we are continuing this link with the comedians to get these activities, the social part of the conference, let's say. Any other questions?
Great idea.
Okay.
If you had to cut something, which line item, now I'm not saying to take completely take and get off, right? So like
He's trying to be funny right now.
Yeah. Which one would you seek to lower?
Well, facilities, if I could. But, I mean, this is really keeping it at the minimum based on what we spent in previous years. So, I wouldn't, yeah, if we could get cheaper facilities, that would be good. But, from what I've seen, in Dallas it's going to be more successful, and we're going to have other extra benefits and no pay for transportation. And in commerce, we're going to have maybe fewer people from the outside, so we're going to limit the international aspect of the conference, and we're going to have to deal with how we're going to bring in these people to
The
commerce.
logistics profile.
So, yeah, if we can convince UCD to give us a room for a better rate, that would be great. Yes.
So with an organizing committee and then along with student volunteers, what makes having a GA salary position then essential for this conference?
So we need, organizing a conference takes a long time, and we have to start way ahead, so maybe a year or at least 6 months before the actual date of the conference. And the GA-ship is for that person who's going to be in charge of all the process from the beginning to the end. So think, for example, putting out a call for papers, checking the emails when the submission come in, answer, checking the abstract of the submission. So that's a lot of work. And so then I think the right way would be for the person who's doing all that work to get something in return. That's a job, basically. So yes.
For that position, you have talked about making it student run.
Mhm.
Could it possibly be changed to a lower stipend for a student to run that for that year and then choose a head for the next year, who may be participating throughout that whole time that they're
So,
planning to do
okay,
it?
say it again. So changing it to a stipend for a student?
Yes, like a lower stipend instead of the GA position title, give it to the student, let it be a stipend, and they'd be just head of the committee, and then they would choose who would be their successor the next year.
Well, so the only problem I see with that is that that position would be for a graduate student. And so a graduate student either wants a GA shape, or we're gonna have some difficulties in that area. And I say that by being a grad student and knowing what our needs are and what we're making. So I think I would rather cut on something else, but not on the GA position.
And is the GA position always been associated with the conference every year?
Yes, that will be a J position for the conference.
But you've
Work
had
with
that,
the-
you've had that in years past since the
Oh,
conference.
no, that was voluntary.
So the GA position is now new.
Yes, that will be a new one.
Right.
That was completely
That's
voluntary, so I've been working
Gotcha.
Right.
because I wanted the experience and because, you know,
That's
this
our
is
time.
something that you want.
That's our time, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
that's fine. Thank you.
Thank you.
I have one more.